No Chill Sports is an unapologetic, high-energy sports show where opinions fly fast and facts hit hard. The views and opinions expressed on this program are solely those of the hosts and guests, and do not necessarily reflect those of any affiliated networks, sponsors, or partners. Content may include passionate debates, bold predictions, and unfiltered takes that some viewers may find intense or controversial. Listener discretion is advised. If you're looking for chill, this ain't the place.
Hey, welcome back to the Rant with Pough Ant. It's your boy Pooh. Where the mic stay hot, the takes are bold, and the truth is unfiltered. No scripts, just two voices bringing the heat with heart, real, raw, and unapologetically honest. I'm your illustrious host with the most, along with my man, the sports genius himself, Dr. I'm gonna stop right there. Ant Pettimer.
Don't be lying on
Pettimer
Sunday.
What's good with you, my boy?
I can't call it, man. Just enjoying some good football this weekend, man.
Man, it's been a great weekend for football. First show of the year, man. I see we got our what up, Crook? Happy New Year to you. Southbound. Says JSU in the building. D I love. All right. Well, welcome. Glad y'all here. Shout out to our HBCU family. It's funny. I have found myself, no matter where we are, talking more and more about the SWAC, different HBCUs and things going on. I don't know when next time we're gonna do an HBCU hour, but I tell you what. Basketball season is a lot different now, especially with this portal. Buyer beware. I'll say that. Buyer beware.
No, that's facts, my boy.
Yeah, but first of the year, man, we got a lot to talk about. Talk about the college football playoff. I think we got to have a real talk about the SEC, my boy. Numbers don't lie. We're gonna talk to y'all about some ways I think we would fix college football. I know we've had in the past some talks about different things, but I think we can put it all together. Here's some things to fix college football. And also talk about the NFL playoffs. But oh snap! I think I just lost all my stuff, bro. Couldn't have. Before the show, I had put together all these numbers and stuff, breakdowns, but I don't see them. But let's go ahead and get to it, man. Go ahead and give a shout out to our sponsors. And then we'll be back in approximately 2 minutes to break down college football playoffs so far. We'll be back in 2 minutes. Your brand deserves more than basic. It deserves bold. It deserves clean. It deserves Kelly Creations. From screen prints that pop, to embroidery that speaks volumes, to picture tees that tell your story, Donald D.K. Kelly does it all. Give him a call today at 225-202-2625 or shoot them an email at kellycreations225@gmail.com. That's KELLYKREATIONS 225@gmail.com. And don't forget to tell them No Chill Sports sent you. Kelly Creations. Nobody does it better. Dubby is a powder energy drink aimed at gamers and individuals seeking focus and energy. It's known for its clean ingredients, no jitters, and various flavors. Dubby is also available in a hydration formula for those needing electrolyte. Dubby achieves its smooth, effective focus with a high-end tasting experience while using no sugars, no fillers, no artificial colors or dyes. Try Dubby today by scanning the QR code you see on the screen or visit them on the website at bit.ly/no-chill-dubby. Dubby, your taste buds' favorite energy drink. Hey, we are back. Let's go ahead and talk about the college football playoffs thus far. My numbers are gone. So yeah, but I still gotta, use a little bit of this photographic memory. But let's look at the college football playoffs so far. Opened up some of the matchups we had to change in format this year where it wasn't the top four conference champions. It was just the top four teams, period. They got the first four buys. And then this year we ended up with two group of five teams in there because lo and behold, the ACC pretty much sucked as a whole. Virginia won the conference, but Miami ended up getting in. I'm sorry, Duke won the conference. They ended up getting in. James Madison took on Oregon. Tulane took on Ole Miss. Hold on. I literally just told this little dude, but trying to think of the other matchups. Oh, Alabama, Oklahoma, and what was the other matchup?
Miami.
That was Miami and Texas A&M. That first round, honestly, outside of the Miami Texas A&M game,
Well, Alabama was a great game. The comeback.
Yeah. I'll give you that.
But the two games with the five schools, not really entertaining, I would say. I know James Madison was able to put up some points, but the game really was never really competitive. But first round was kind of blah. But once you got to that second round, man.
We still see the same thing of that first round bye being a killer because everybody who had a first round bye lost except Indiana
In the country.
Yeah, so for the first these 2 years, 1-7 for first, teams with a first round bye. But those games were at least competitive outside of Texas Tech and Oregon.
No, Indiana, Alabama, no.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that one.
No, but it's just the fact that Georgia Ole Miss was one of the best football games we've seen all year. One of the best football games with those stakes that we've seen in a long time. So I think that game being as good as it was saved that round a little bit. And the Miami Ohio State game was a damn good game too.
Yeah. Then you moved on to semifinals, which we just had, and you've got Miami Ole Miss, which was another instant classic. Great game. Came down to the last possession. But then you had Indiana again, who
I'm sensing a theme here.
beat Oregon.
Games involving Indiana, not very competitive.
Not competitive at all. I know we're gonna get to it and talk about the ways we would like to fix the what's called. But from what you've seen thus far, is this playoff better than last year's?
They're about the same. Last year's format left a lot to be desired, considering you had Boise State automatically advanced to the second round, and you had who was it? Arizona State. They automatically, yeah, Arizona State automatically made it to the second round, even though they wasn't like one of the best four teams. So I didn't like the format last year, but the quality of the game has been pretty much the same. You've had two duds in the first round, 2 duds in the second round last year, 2 duds in the first round, 2 duds in the second round this year. So I think it's been pretty much the same. I really don't have a problem with the playoff this year or last year, really. I mean, I think it's been fine personally. I think it gave us some good football. Yeah, you would like to see some of the games be more competitive, but that's just the reality of the fact that when you're dealing with elite teams, sometimes these games aren't going to be close. The same thing happened in the 14 playoff. I've seen TCU get blown out in that championship game in the 14 playoff. I've seen Oklahoma get blown out in the semifinals in the 14 playoff. I've seen Alabama lose by 20 some points in the national championship game. So I mean, there's always been blowouts. It's just the level of team that's getting blown out leads people to feel like they didn't deserve a chance. So I feel like people are over exaggerating some of that to a certain extent, but at the end of the day, I'm perfectly fine with what we've been getting in terms of the playoff.
Yeah. You stopped. I want to keep going. In the BCS era, we saw blowouts.
There was plenty of blowouts.
We saw plenty of blowouts. And it's funny you say that. I remember growing up because I'm a little bit older than you, so I know you may not remember the four Buffalo Bills Super Bowl runs. They were blowouts every year except for one. The year they played,
Elway got blown out in the Super Bowl.
Yes. So it tends to happen, but I think it's the brand name that a lot of people tend to why they say, oh, they shouldn't be here or whatever. But if we stuck by that, Indiana wouldn't be here right now.
Yeah.
So yeah. So but man, let's get to it. Let's talk about the big bad SEC. SEC got 5 in the playoffs this year. Did I get that correct? Alabama, Oklahoma, or I'm sorry, Alabama, Georgia, Oklahoma, Ole Miss, and Texas A&M. Now, I tried to do that alphabetical order. I think I messed it up. No, I might have got it right. Alabama beat Oklahoma. Ole Miss beat Georgia, and Miami beat Texas A&M. Those 5 teams have been eliminated. But this is, I think this where this conversation is going. This is the 3rd year that the Big Ten will be in the championship game, and looks like the 3rd year that they're going to win it. Not counting Miami out by any means or any stretch of the imagination. But Indiana has looked like so far in these playoffs, looked like the very best team. And they've been doing it against teams that a lot of people felt like were the best team most of the season, or in bigger quantities of the season. Miami had looked great to start the season, um, had some stumbling blocks, and are now back to looking like a team that could really, win this thing outright. But let's look at the entire bowl schedule. And let me ask you a question. Do you know the SEC's record in the bowl games, including the playoffs?
Let's see. I think they're like 4-10.
4-10. If you take away the SEC versus SEC games, they are 2-8.
Yeah.
I also got, before I restarted my computer and lost my numbers, also went and dig to see the score discrepancy. In these 14 games, the SEC has been outscored by 3 points. No, I'm sorry. Excuse me. It was 2 points. I think it was like 24 point something to 26. If you take out those SEC versus SEC games, it's 3 points. Yardage wise, it's about even, whether it's with or without those numbers, and I'll get them and put them on Twitter later. Do those numbers, but they're getting out gained total yardage by like 20 yards. So they're getting pushed around, they're getting outscored, and and Coach Green says the SEC as a whole wasn't really big and bad, and Cook says the same thing. Crook said the same thing. Freudian slip. Yeah.
All right. So the whole SEC dominance started what, 06 in Florida? Who was the head coach of Florida?
That was Urban Meyer, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay. Then LSU won in 7 with Les Miles. Then Florida won again. Then Bama won. Saban. And then Auburn won with Gene Chizik. Then Bama won, and then Gus went.
It was Bama, and then Gus fumbled
and lost. And Gus went and lost to Florida State. Okay. Name the coaches that I just named: Nick Saban, Urban Meyer, Les Miles, Gus Malzahn. They had elite coaches combined with the best talent in the country. Now that the talent isn't saturated to just the SEC, and combine that with the fact that you can't stack 5 stars on top of 5 stars and multiple recruiting classes and keep these guys on campus for 3 or 4 years at a time, you don't have the monopoly of the talent like you used to have. It's not just Ohio State, USC, Oregon, or whatever that you're competing with now. You're competing with a lot more schools with a lot more resources than schools in the South. It just is what it is. If you look at the average university size of a Big Ten school compared to the average university size of a SEC school, it's a significant difference. So take into effect that they got more students, and not disrespecting anybody, but they have better schools in the Big Ten. All of their schools in the Big Ten are R1 research institutions. So better schools with more students, they're gonna have more money.
Mm.
So they have more money to spend in the NIL era. So they're gonna get more of the talent that was strictly coming to the SEC schools. Throw in the fact that now you have Texas and Oklahoma who are in the conference, they're taking some of that talent away from schools like Bama, Georgia, LSU, Florida, etc. And there's your answer. I mean, I don't know how anybody can really deny it at this point. It's obvious that the first couple years of NIL, it might not have really changed much, but now that schools have fully embraced NIL, fan bases are investing into NIL at these schools, the proof is in the pudding.
Yeah. Yeah. You talked about you're not able to stack 4 and 5 stars. I want to stretch that even more. You're not even able to stack your region, your location,
Mhm.
you get talented guys in, they're not staying to necessarily be developed, or if they don't like how their development goes, they are ready to leave. They're going somewhere else and they're going to get developed elsewhere. Um, Everything you said, completely agree with. Uh, when you see schools like Indiana and they're starting to have success, uh, one of the first things you kind of look at is, hey, well, what changed? Kurt Signetti got there.
Mhm.
Um, Kurt Signetti is a same. As a matter of fact, if you look at the semifinal, even though Ole Miss, Lane Kiffin's no longer coaching there, the interim coach and now full time head coach is also a Saban disciple. All 4 coaches in that were in the semifinal were Saban disciples, or coach would say Coach Saban at some point. Um, if you want to give Dan Lanning Kirby Smart, that's fine, but that still kind of falls in the same line of thinking and how things are done. Um,
I really don't like the Dan Lanning because he was a GA for 1 year, but I mean,
yeah,
if it fits the narrative, but
yeah. Even if, like I say, even if you want to take them away from Saban and say Kirby Smart, okay, 3 out of 4.
that's still his tree though.
It's yeah. Kirk Cinetti gets there. He has a system of where he's going to do things. He's been winning everywhere he goes. One thing he's gotten players to do is to buy in, stay, be developed, and he's got an older guys. The average age of that Indiana team was like I think 23, 22. If I'm not
Mhm.
mistaken, I think it was like 22. That's compared to like the average age of I forget. I think the New York Jets or somebody they said the average age of that team is like 25 or 24 or something like that. So you've got older guys to come in, buy into your program, stay and be developed, and then not just that, you've got guys who are alums. I didn't know Mark Cuban was a Indiana alum.
Mhm.
All of a sudden, hey, it pops up. Mark Cuban's an Indiana alum, and he says, "Hey, I'm gonna put my money where my mouth is."
Mhm.
You've got a lot of people coming out of woodworks to support now. You've got a
Yeah,
lot of coming in to help your programs out financially. You've got guys saying, "I'm gonna stay." Uh, I don't have to be a third, fourth string over here. I can come over here and play with you now, and let's make it
yeah.
happen. And
I think it goes back to what I was talking about. So if you take like the average endowment for these schools, like obviously Texas is in a league of its own when you're talking terms. Texas and Texas A&M are in a league of their own when you're talking SEC. All right, but the Big Ten is more on par with Texas A&M than it is LSU in terms of endowments at these schools. Like Michigan, Northwestern, I know they're not a great football school, but like Ohio State, Michigan State, Penn State, like their endowments are bigger than LSU, probably double what LSU's is. You know, so now obviously there's always an outlier. There's always somebody who might not have went to that school, who grew up a fan of that school. You know what I mean? But you get, for the most part, those schools have more money to throw around than schools in the SEC do. For the SEC, in my opinion, to level the playing field, you got to have better coaching. You have got to have better coaching to make up for the fact that the talent gap is equal. And Dan Lanning and Day and Harbaugh when he was there, and now Cignetti, they're better than most of the coaches in the SEC. I mean, James Franklin or Billy Napier, who you taking? You know what I'm saying?
James Franklin, yeah.
Like
You're right.
You taking Kirk Cignetti or you taking Sam Pittman? You taking Kirk Ferentz or you taking Mark Stoops? You know what I'm saying? Like, and if the coaching advantage is equal or a slight edge to the Big Ten and the talent is equal, then there you go. That's why they have the advantage right now. Either you had to get the talent advantage, overwhelming talent advantage, or you have to step up your game in the coaching department. And maybe Summerall and Golish are an upgrade over like Brian Harsons and Jim McElwain or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, but like Dan Mullen, a damn good coach. He ain't in the conference no more. Barry Odom, a damn good coach. He ain't in the conference no more. Say what you want about Jimbo. He ain't in the conference no more. I mean, you even look at what's your boy who was at he at Illinois turning them around.
Bielema.
Yeah. When he was in the conference, I mean, Arkansas ain't had a coach like Bielema since he left them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So when Arkansas was at their best, who was their coach? Bobby Petrino. You know what I'm saying? So it's like South Carolina. Last time they was good, Steve Spurrier was there. Like Tennessee, former. Ain't really been much since. You know what I'm saying? Because you've had Dooley and Jeremy Pruitt and all these other people come through and not be good coaches. So until you improve the coaching or just hoard all the talent like you did 15, 20 years ago, which is not happening, you're not gonna dominate. So what I'm saying is the SEC is never gonna dominate like they did in that 15-year run or whatever you want. They won 15 of the 20 national championships or whatever. That's not happening no more, bro. So if you want to level the playing field, you need to improve your coaching.
Completely agree. Speaking of improvements, man, I want to talk about college football as a whole. Ways we could possibly improve it. I had some things that I kind of put together as ways I would love.
It's a few things I would tweak from what you put. I'll let you run yours down.
So here's some things on how I would like to improve college football. And I got 4 areas. So first off, I'm gonna start with signing day. No early signing day. I'm gonna go back to what they used to do before. If you're early enrollee, graduate, enroll in the school early. Now, what that does, you can enroll in the school that you're going to, go through spring practice and stuff, get your financial aid and all that kind of stuff, get put on scholarship and stuff. If you want to do this, All-Star game. You can do the commitment there,
Mm-hmm.
bring the excitement of that back, and kind of move from there. National Signing Day in February. That's where everybody can sign and stuff and do all that. If you want to do the I don't know, the early signee thing or whatever, I don't care. It's cool as a fan to get that over with and kind of have, but take it to February. Uh, Transfer portal. This is a big one because a lot of people hate the transfer portal. I think there's a one time transfer, play immediately, don't have to worry about it. No what you call it. Any subsequent transfers, you must stay at your school for 2 years, or if you transfer within that time frame, it's a mandatory 1 year wait. Go back to the old ways. That's not stopping anybody from transferring. But if you transfer, you have to sit a year. Well, people like, well, you got 4 years and all this kind of stuff and get, okay, years of eligibility. You have 5 years to play 5 years. No more 4 years to sit 4 games and stuff. You can let your freshmen play in games, get acclimated, stuff, and they've got 5 years. If there is an injury, you're granted a one-time medical red shirt. But I ain't talking about I had a sore throat for, for 2 weeks and I wanted to stretch it out for the season. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking like, injury, you miss, saying 6 games of the season or whatever. Oh, we can look at that. You work with that. The college football season and playoffs. Week 0 is now week 1. That moves everything up a week. Conference championships are at the conference's discretion if they want to have them or not. Most people probably won't. I kind of got this idea from you and the FCS through 2014 playoffs. That puts the semifinals around New Year's Day or whatever, like it used to be, in the championship that following week on a Saturday or something like that. You may have to compete with the NFL, whoop to do. Even if it's the Monday, whoop to do, something like that. But those are my proposals. That's what I like to do. That's what I like to see. The 1 year, the transfer thing is the big one. Like it doesn't stop anybody from transferring. But we're not going to sit there and just let people just transfer and play and get rid of all the free agency stuff. So, yeah. All right, what you got?
All right. So, first thing, you said signing day, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. No early enrollees. Everybody signs in February. No December signing period. All that's out the way. Only one signing period over with. February is when before at the earliest you can sign. The reason I said no early enrollees is because there is no more spring practice. Spring practice is over with. Transfer portal window gets moved from January to the end of the semester, spring semester in May. Transfer portal window is from May 1st or whatever to the middle of May. Spring football gets moved to summer football. That way, whoever signed in February will be on campus in the summertime for summer practice. Whoever transfers is there for summer practice. And you don't force coaches to leave jobs to try to make it there before the transfer portal window in January and all that kind of stuff. You can wait till after the season is over or after your last game to leave and go to another job because sign days in February, transfer portals in May. Summer practice goes straight in the fall. That way you don't have to worry about slow starts and all that kind of stuff. Like you've been practicing since June, or middle of June or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So you should be well oiled machine by the time the first game starts. I agree with you. No more week 0. That's now week 1. Move the entire season up 1 week. Last game of the year is Thanksgiving week. No conference championships games. Conferences can determine how they want their regular season conference champion to be awarded, but last game of the season is that weekend. You have the first round of the playoffs starting the next week. I know Army Navy. I know that's a standalone. We'll have to figure out how we keep them doing their thing without messing with it by moving the playoffs to that week. But we'll figure that out. But playoffs start first week of December, so that means you have 4 weeks of playoff. That means pretty much national championship game can be that first week of January, maybe on New Year's Eve, depending on how the month of December falls and stuff like that. Then the season's over January 1st, January 6th at the latest, something like that. And then we started over. Coaching cycles can happen in and all that kind of stuff.
So actually, so just about the Army Navy game. So if you move everything up a week, that week that used to be the conference championship game can now be the Army Navy week, and then that following week after that can start your playoffs.
Okay, that's cool. And then you'll just put everything back to the first week of January. That's fine. Okay. But and then as far as eligibility, okay, no, you said transfer portal first. Okay, I really don't like the you gotta sit a thing. I understand the premise, but I really don't care for it. So I'm also giving you 5 years to play 5. You get 1 free lateral transfer, meaning G5 to G5, P4 to P4, whatever the case may be. And then you get 1 transfer up or down a level. After that, you have the city year. So, prime example, there's a kid at ULM. He can transfer to Tulane 1 time free. He plays at Tulane. He could transfer to LSU 1 time free. If he wants to leave LSU, go to Texas, he has to sit out a year. If he starts at LSU and he wants to go to Texas, he could transfer 1 time. He wants to leave Texas and go to Louisiana Tech, he could do that 1 time. He tries to leave Louisiana Tech to go to ULM, he has to sit out a year. That way you got 1 lateral transfer in case it's just not working at the school you at, and then you get 1 for down a level in case you balled out at the G5 level and you want a chance at the P4, or you're not really playing at the P4, so you want to go down level to try to work it out. Like if you ain't playing at LSU, then you transfer to Texas, and you ain't playing at Texas, you're not transferring to another P4 school. It's obvious you ain't playing at the P4 level. Go down a level. If you balled out at one school, you balled out at ULM, you transferred to LSU, and you sit the bench. You can transfer to another P4 school, but if you transfer back down, you got to sit a year. You've already used your 1-time transfer up or down a level. So I feel like that would give everybody a fair chance to try their hand at both levels to see, if they can play at that level. You get 2 chances to play at the P4, then you got to go down. Or you get 2 chances to play at the G5, then you can go up. So you see what I'm saying? But I feel like that gives everybody a chance to play at whatever level that they skill set determines they need to play at based off, you know what I'm saying, the chances that you've been awarded to them. I agree with the 5 years to play 5. I agree with 1 medical red shirt, but I would put a limit on it and say that if you play more than 60% of your season, you can't get a medical red shirt. Like, if you tear your ACL in week 10, like, I'm sorry, bro. Like, you played majority of the season, bro. Like,
that's fair. That's fair. But what if it rolls over into the next season, like you tear your ACL and you're recovering and they don't want to rush you back or whatever? That's still kind of a case by case. That's why I said they're medical. Yeah. So,
yeah, it's kind of special circumstance. So like,
yeah, but I do like
the
the
next year
60%.
you could possibly get one if you miss more than what I'm saying.
That's fair. Yeah.
But if you play your whole season and then you tell your ACL, I'm not giving you a red shirt for that season. And it was something else you brought up. Oh, the playoff. Yeah. 2014 playoff. No automatic bids. If you're one of the top 24 teams, you get in the playoff.
Mhm. I didn't say that no auto bids, but that's
Yeah.
actually yeah.
And yeah, screwed. I'm gonna say it. Flexible scheduling in the playoffs. Meaning the one seed always plays the lowest seed.
Okay. That's why I meant that about when I said that. Mitch said that before about
Yeah. So originally I said no to that, but the more I've thought about it, if you finish number one in the country in the regular season, like what is your reward?
you should have
You should have something.
home field advantage or
I mean,
something or
but
yes.
that's the thing. So it's like, but ain't the top 12 seeds all getting that same home field advantage or whatever? You know what I'm saying? Like,
I use yeah.
you see what I'm saying? So it's like you're gonna have 8 teams gonna get a bye in the first round.
Mm-hmm.
Then you're gonna have 8 teams host 8 teams. So what am I getting that the top 8 seeds ain't getting?
Yeah.
See what I'm saying? So what your reward is for finishing number one in the country is you automatically always play the lowest seed still in the tournament.
Mm-hmm. I like it. I like it. News came out as we were talking about this. LSU has signed at least one quarterback so far. They got Elon's Landon Clark. I think that's his name.
That's one.
That's one.
Two
One
more.
off the board.
Yeah, one quarterback and 38 receivers.
Wildcat you. Now that we've talked about that, and this kind of goes to what I want to talk about last. NFL playoffs. Wild card weekend has been. This is probably the best wild card weekend that I can remember in a long time.
Man, you ain't lying, boy.
Every game has come down to a last possession.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, all the way from the games yesterday, both of those were last possession. One possession games, last possession. Every team has had a chance to win it. To this game right now, they're back and forth.
There's been no game that's been more than a 4-point game.
None. The Bears and Packers looked like it was about to be a runaway, and I owe Caleb Williams an apology. I don't know if he changed colors at halftime on his nails or what, but he came back, helped bring that team back, and they won that game on a beautiful play at the end of the game too. Beautiful play to DJ Moore, pass to DJ Moore. But yeah, it's been the playoffs has been phenomenal all weekend.
Yeah, that Rams game to start it off was I mean, I expected Carolina to hang in there and give them a good game, but I mean, they had multiple chances to win that game. I think they really showed a lot yesterday. A lot of maturity by Bryce. making some big plays in that game. So I think they got a really bright future. But that started it off. Then you talked about the comeback that Caleb Williams and them did. I mean, we gotta have some conversations. They was up 21-3, bro. 21-3, and they got walked down like that, man. That's Matt LaFleur. That's a stain on your resume, my bro. Then today, I think Josh Allen got saved a little bit today. Because if if they lose their game today, Josh Allen probably gonna have a new coach next year, and he getting criticized all off season by how he's a multiple time MVP who can't get a road playoff win against a team that's really not been in this position before. So I think he bought himself some time in that conversation of can he get it done for at least another week. But we'll see, because if it ain't gonna be this year for him, it ain't gonna never happen in my opinion. But we'll
Facts.
And then the Eagles go down, man. That kind of was shocking to me a little bit. But at the end of the day, when I seen AJ on the sideline yelling and cussing at coaches and stuff in the first quarter, I knew they was off their game. And the 49ers, with all the injuries and all that they've had all year, you can never count out a Shanahan coach team, bro. As bad as I hate to say it, like they always gonna be in the mix some way. So I interesting to see what this game that's on right now and tomorrow's games, if they can kind of live up to the expectations that the first 4 games have set for us.
Yeah. I'm really surprised. What you say surprised? I'm really surprised. Not so much with the you know what? I can't say I'm surprised. All the injuries, everything that's happened so far with the 49ers this season, they are a patchwork team, and Kyle Shanahan has been able to get it done year in and year out with these guys, no matter circumstances. That conversation got to be had. If he gets a ring, if he finds a way to get to and win the Super Bowl with what I've seen him be able to do, I think I'm automatically going to start putting him in that top 5 active coaches with
You
what
don't
he's been
think
able to do. Huh?
you don't think he's there now?
I think he's close. So, well, actually, no. He probably is in the top 5 because everybody else has either been fired or retired. So, yeah.
Because I mean, obviously,
Andy Reid,
number 1,
Tomlin,
Sean Payton,
Sean Payton,
Harbaugh,
yeah, and then probably would be Shanahan. I can't think of anybody else. Yeah, McVay. So I think he would sit probably
I think
about.
Shanahan's a better coach than John Harbaugh.
I
Even though Harbaugh has the chip, I would still take Shanahan.
but Harbaugh has the hold on. Okay, let me think. John is the Ravens, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or what, former Ravens?
Yeah. I'm taking Shanahan over him, bro.
I might can give you that one.
I'm taking Shanahan over. In my opinion, it goes Andy Reid number 1, Sean Payton number 2, McVay number 3, Tomlin 4, Shanahan 5.
I want to argue against that because I want to have Harbaugh at 5, but I don't want the only reason be because he has a chip. That's the only thing
See, like this.
that's the only reason I
I'll
want
put
to
it
give
to you like
pushback.
this. I'll put it to you like this. If you give Kyle Shanahan the teams that Harbaugh
Yeah.
the last 5 years, who has more success?
If you give Shanahan those Ravens teams, he has more championships. I guarantee you that right now. Because I think what he does at the quarterback position is so special. This man has granted
he's been to the Super Bowl with how many different quarterbacks?
So coordinator, he got Matty Ice, Matt Ryan to the Super Bowl.
They had Matt Schaub in the Pro Bowl.
Matt Schaub was in the Pro Bowl. Garoppolo, Purdy. I'm not even talking about that. This is when I knew and I was really impressed. Mac Jones was looking like a Pro Bowl caliber player in San Francisco. Mac Jones came in and it was no drop off from when Brock Purdy went down. No drop off. Not only that, I can't. Juwan Jennings. I can't name Ricky Pearsall, who has been in and out of the lineup. I can't really name anybody over there that's actually been playing.
Then it's the thing. So like, you remember?
Wide receiver. Let me rephrase that.
Remember before they got McCaffrey, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like it was like they had a different running back go off every year.
Yeah,
it was the Eli Mitchell dude. He left, became nothing pretty much. Raheem Mostert left, didn't really do nothing. Like Tevin Coleman left his system, never really became much. Like he just creates players, bro, in his system and they exceed in his system, go somewhere else and become nothing, pretty much. And I think because of that, he got to be top 5. And Paul's Hub say Tomlin and Harbaugh are the same coach. I completely disagree with that. I completely disagree with that. Like Harbaugh's success is tied to Flacco and Lamar Jackson, right? Tomlin's success tied to Big Ben. But he never had a losing season after Big Ben left neither.
Never. He's never. Even this year, I was like, he's about to have a. Yeah.
I thought he was gonna have one this year.
And I was like, oh, okay, he's gonna have his first losing season, and they finna fire him. Nope, playoffs.
But that's the thing is like Kenny Pickett, not a losing. Mason Rudolph, not a losing season. Like,
bro,
if he had Lamar Jackson, he probably would have made another Super Bowl.
I also think that.
Where you put Vrabel? Oh! I got one for you.
Maybe top 10.
You know who the next John Harbaugh is gonna be?
Who?
Sirianni.
Okay. I get it. I see it. I see what you're doing now. You know who I was think is going to be or could be a really good coach, but we probably will never see him get another chance?
Brian Flores.
There you go. I look at what he was able to do with
try to hire him.
If I'm the Ravens, I would, yeah.
Because the defense needs to be fixed. And if you're the Ravens, you know Flores can come in and fix that side of the ball.
Yeah.
You just need to hire a fire OC and let them have full autonomy of that offense and go control the defense.
Yeah. I completely agree. Um,
What's the best job on the market?
I think it's got to be. I think it's got to be Baltimore. You've got a you've got talent on offense and defensive side. The only thing I really think that you have to get if you're Baltimore Ravens, you got to get a big wide receiver.
I think they
Not
secondary help for sure.
yeah.
For sure.
The Giants is also attractive job because I think that you've got a lot of young talent.
All right. So I agree with the roster of the Giants.
Mm-hmm.
I think you got elite players on defense. Burns and I think Abdul Carter could be elite. But I think they got pretty much everything they need on defense. Offensively, you got the pieces that you need. You got Neighbors, you got Jackson Dart if he can stop getting concussions. You got Scatterbo. The problem with me, if I'm a coach looking at the Giants job, is the GM. He's terrible, and I don't want to be tied to him. If he brings me
I
in,
understand that.
fire him, do I get fired? Uh,
Mm-hmm.
I think is Baltimore is a you got to pull the Carfax on Baltimore because cosmetically it looks good, but
I
I,
pick up what you're putting down, real.
yeah, I was thinking it in my head too. But so I think cosmetically Baltimore looks good. You get Lamar, you get Kyle Hamilton, and you know what I'm saying, some of the things on their defense, but I think they're an older roster. Um,
Mm-hmm.
Henry's older, D Hop, you know what I'm saying? Some of the key pieces, obviously, you can't consider being part of the future. So I think you have a lot more needs on that roster than what the Giants have currently. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
because like I mentioned, the Giants got a lot of the young talent. I think
Mm-hmm.
that talent in Baltimore is aging or older. Um,
Mm-hmm.
as painful as it is for me to say, the most attractive job on the market to me is the Atlanta Falcons. They
I can
got
see that.
if Michael Penix can stay healthy, and I know that's the biggest if in the world, but if he can stay healthy, you got Penix, Drake London, re-sign Kyle Pitts, Bijan Robinson on as a core on offense. That's on par with what the Giants got. At what Baltimore got, if not better, in terms of skill position guys. Then defensively, you got all them young draft picks that they 2 first-round edge rushers last year. You know, the Terrell boy, you know what I'm saying? They got young guys on defense. And not to mention, you go to Baltimore, Tomlin don't have losing seasons, as we just talked about. As messed up as they front office is, Cincinnati still got Burrow and them weapons. If Cleveland ever figures out a way to get a quarterback with that defense, like it's a dogfight weekend we got in that division. You go to
That's
New
fair.
York, you go to New York. The Eagles ain't going nowhere no time soon as long as Roseman there and he building that roster.
That's fair.
Jerry Jones might be a clown, but they got talent. They a few pieces away on defense from being an even bigger problem. I don't know about Washington as far as talent on the roster, but if Jay and Daniels is healthy, then he's somewhat of an equalizer. You know what I mean? That division
Mm-hmm.
ain't no cakewalk.
Mm.
On the contrary, I know my Saints were better than I thought and most people thought this year, but we're not really competing next year. We're a couple years away. Tampa Bay, it looks to be like they on the downside, like they falling apart. Um,
Which
if
is so weird for how they started the
but
season.
I think Bose is part of the problem in a way. I think his voice is kind of getting stale in that locker room. You know what I mean? I think it's just like run its course. So what do they look like in 2-3 years? Carolina had a great season this year. Not taking nothing away from him. I did not see it coming at all. Bryce very well. But Bryce is also 6 foot and very frail. Like, I'm not saying he's injury prone, but that body type is one that people would say is injury prone body type. How long can they really count on him to be at this level or sustaining this level? Who knows? That looks like the easiest division to win in of the 3. I mean, nobody's gonna take Oakland seriously. I mean, Vegas, my bad. Nobody's gonna take Vegas seriously as a contender in that stacked division. I mean, Cleveland, we just talked about the same division with no quarterback. There's not one in the draft this year. So I think the Falcons might be the best job on the market.
I'll tell you one job you didn't mention. Miami. I don't like any parts about it.
Man, I forgot they let my black brother go, man.
I'm so sick of it. I do not like anything about that job.
The job, bro. But
I think that's where Harbaugh's going. At least Miami's trying to make that move.
Yeah.
It's no coincidence that as soon as he became available, all of a sudden, oh, you know what, Mike McDaniels?
Yeah, we're not gonna keep you. Yeah, that's right. That's right. So Miami, obviously you got Buffalo in that division, and you got the Patriots to be kind of back in that division. But are you tied to Tua? That would be my first question if I'm coming in to interview. Because if I'm forced to have Tua as my quarterback, I don't want that job.
Yeah.
And then even if they say we're not married to Tua, like, y'all still got roster issues, bro.
That's why I like no parts of that
roster.
I know like no parts of that team.
Who is your like franchise piece on offense? Tyreek Hill?
I think he's probably the best piece you got on offense. I don't think he's your franchise piece. So maybe Waddle.
Is it Jalen Waddle?
Yeah, maybe Waddle.
So my franchise piece is a gadget player.
Yeah. A-Chain?
So a scat back.
Either way, I get what you're saying.
You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. I really thought if the Bills would have lost, that McDermott would have gotten fired. And then that would have been the best job. Well, one of the better jobs.
Yeah.
Even though they got to get something.
I really thought if Zach Taylor was gone, Cincinnati would have been. I understand the division things, but I would have taken Cincinnati.
Yeah, I think Cincinnati is the problem with Cincinnati is kind of like the Giants, the front office. So yeah, I mean, I think Vegas has potential to be a good job if you take away the division. Well, Tomlin hasn't won a playoff game in 9 years.
I'll go back to the
past 15. I think a lot of those losses is because of he hadn't had a good quarterback. But I mean, they also lost one game because Vontaze Burfict decided to decapitate Antonio Brown. But that's neither here nor there. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I'm interested to see how the offseason goes for a lot of these NFL teams.
Yeah. All right, man. That's all we got. Unless you got something else you want to talk about real quick. Yeah, I know we ain't talked much LSU. Girls got a big win today. Good for them. That's one down.
12 Island.
Yeah, so make some more things happen. 3-3, less than 5 in the second quarter of the Chargers, Patriots game.
Who you got tomorrow? Texans, Steelers.
H-Town.
What's
CJ Stroud.
What's the total for that game? You know,
I do not.
can't be very good.
I can't. It's gonna be a number that I'm going to hate. It's gonna be something like 39.5.
38.5.
A number that I'm going to. Yeah, I told you.
Hey man, you know what you need to take tomorrow?
What's that?
Kicker.
Oh yeah. That's a kicker, bro.
Fairbairn over 6.5 points.
Yeah.
That's gonna be a game that's gonna be like 16-9 or something. You know what I'm saying? Like
some stupid, some ugly. Yeah.
Yep. Elite defense, man. Elite defense for Houston, but Houston cannot score in the red zone. And then you have a decent defense for Pittsburgh, but their offense is anemic at times. So they should have put that one on today and saved like Buffalo, Jacksonville, or something like that for tomorrow. Like at least have a guaranteed good game for the standalone game.
I should have put this one. That's on right now. Tomorrow night.
Yeah.
Because especially since New England they're the 2 seed. I think they should have been playing tomorrow, but neither here nor there.
Yeah.
So
could have even put the Eagles Niners game tomorrow instead of the middle game today. I would have swapped Houston and them with the middle game today and then put that one, you know, but who knows?
Yeah. All right, man. Any last thoughts before we get ready to wrap up?
Nah, man. Nah, that's all I got, bro.
All right. Wanted to wish everybody a happy new year. Who we haven't talked to. Appreciate y'all for tuning in, keeping up with us. Do us a favor, like, subscribe, share. Gonna try to make sure we get a little bit more frequent, put out some more content. Be on the lookout. I'm gonna put out those numbers for the SEC. I may even go back and compare it to like last year or some of the other conferences and how they've been doing. So that might be actually compared to some of the other Power 4 conferences, how they've done in the bowl game. So yeah. But that's it. Want to thank everybody again. We'll be back another time. Do us a favor. Hit that notification bell so you can find out exactly when we do go live. And we out.